Hey guys, iMAT here. Today we have two of the best selling Apple Watch Ultra 3 alternatives, the H26 Ultra Plus and the DT Ultra 4 Pro. In this video we'll be comparing both of them to see which one is a better option for you. But before we start, I would really appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button because still a lot of you are not subscribed to the channel. You can also subscribe to Unbox with iMAT for the latest product unboxings. Throughout the video, the position of both of the products will remain the same, with H26 Ultra Plus on the left side and DT Ultra 4 Pro on the right side. To make it easier for you to remember, the title bar will remain here throughout the video. Starting from the body, both of them take the inspiration from the Apple Watch Ultra 3. The overall body design is really good on both of them. You get the GPS antenna lining, speaker holes as well as a good crown key on both of them. If you try out the Apple Watch Ultra 3 case on the H26 Ultra Plus, it does require a little force, but it perfectly fits it. In my opinion, buying a case online can be a miss or a hit sometimes. On the other hand, if you try out the case on the DT Ultra 4 Pro, it also requires a little force, but a bit lesser compared to the H26 Pro Plus. The crown key is functional on both of them while using the case. Both of them are also compatible with the Apple Watch straps, and the strap locks are also functional on both of them, and the straps won't come out until you press this button and then push the straps out. Moving forward, both of them are using an AMOLED display. The colors are really good on both of them. Previously, the display of H26 used to look a little washed out, but now with the latest update, it's looking really good and the colors are really saturated on it too. Overall smoothness on both of them is quite similar, and the scrolling is also quite smooth on both of them, although I still think that the HK11 Ultra 3 is the smoothest. But among these two, if I have to say which one feels more smoother, then the UI of the DT Ultra 4 Pro is really well designed and overall it looks better. Since if you look at the UI of the H26 Ultra Plus, it does show a little sluggish behavior sometimes. If you use the torch application from the control center, then the display size is quite similar on both of them, and even if you look at the bezel size, it looks similar on all of the sides on both of them. As I showed in the full reviews, the display is really bright on both of them and it will be clearly visible in the daylight. But if you talk about the always on display, then it looks better on the DT Ultra 4 Pro, and there's still an issue in the always on display of the H26 Ultra Plus that the brightness becomes really low sometimes, and most of the times it's not even visible in the room light. Let's continue talking about the always on display. The always on display on both of them can stay on for the whole day or until the battery runs out. In the H26 Ultra Plus, all of the watch faces come with their own always on display style. For example, if I'm going to use this one, if I use the palm gesture, you can see that its always on display is according to the watch face. Just like this, all of the other watch faces as well as the watch faces from the dial market come with their own always on display style. On the other hand, if you talk about the DT Ultra 4 Pro, then it comes with a few always on display dials, and here they are. It comes with 7 always on display styles, 3 with digital clock and 4 with the pointer clock. Then if you talk about the normal screen time, then in the Hello Watch we have the always on option, and in the DT Ultra 4 Pro, if you go to display and screen off, it has the timeout off option. Both of these options work similarly, and the display can stay on the watch faces until the battery runs out. Talking about gestures, both of them have the raise to wake gesture, then the palm gesture, and both of them also come with the tap to wake option. I prefer this option on the DT Ultra 4 Pro as it requires a double tap, while in the H26 Ultra Plus, even a single tap is going to wake up the display. Now let's talk a bit about the system UI. On the H26 Ultra Plus, the software is inspired from the latest OS 26 and it comes with the liquid glass design, while the DT Ultra 4 Pro comes with its own UI as of now. And if we go to the menu on both of them, you can see that it has the latest icons of the OS 26. While on the DT Ultra 4 Pro, the icons are a little customized and they look similar to the older watchOS version. One thing that I dislike about both of them is that both of them do not have the transitions similar to watchOS and they look bad in my opinion. We have the latest app UI in the H26 Ultra Plus. Here is the new sports mode application and here is the new call application, while the UI looks like the older version on the DT Ultra 4 Pro. Then if you talk about the watch faces, then the DT Ultra 4 Pro comes with a lot of watch faces inside it. You can install as many watch faces as you want from the offline dial market available in this DT Ultra 4 Pro. It can equal to about 60 plus watch faces. On the other hand, the H26 Ultra Plus only has this built-in watch face Other than that, you can install 8 watch faces from the dial market. You can choose your favorite ones, while this watch face will be replaced by the watch face you use from the gallery. Overall, if you talk about the watch faces, they are more similar to watchOS on the H26 Ultra Plus, while they are a little customized on the GT Ultra 4 Pro. If you talk about the watch applications and the dial markets, then the H26 Ultra Plus uses the Livier Pro application. It's a really good application and has been working really well for me so far, although an important application is missing here. If you use this remote camera option, it does not have the live preview option. Then you can only add the business cards of these applications. It does not have the payment QR code option, where you can add the QR codes of PayPal, VixinPay and Alipay. Another thing that I don't like is that the weather application does not seem to work really well, and most of the times it does not show any data. The good thing about it is that the dial market is totally free and you can install any watch face you like from here. Even the latest watchOS 26 watch faces are available for totally free in it, so you can just choose them and install them on your smartwatch. And the last thing that I do not like about this application is that it cannot sync with Apple Health or Strava. On the other hand, the GT Ultra 4 Pro uses the Wear Pro application, which can show an ad in the beginning sometimes, which is a big disappointing thing about this application in my opinion. Sometimes opening it is quite slow, as you can see. For that, if you go to the devices tab, then here we have the live camera option. Let me find it. Here it is. And the good thing about it is that it has the live preview option and it works pretty well. Even the speed in it is quite good. And remember that I'm using an older device, it's the iPhone 7. If you are using the latest smartphones, then the speed will be even better, as the newer phone will be using newer Bluetooth chip. And as you remember, I mentioned that the Livier Pro does not have the wallet option. The GT Ultra 4 Pro's application does come with separate applications for business card and wallet. If you talk about the weather application, it seems to work pretty well for me. If you open the weather application on my smartphone, then the values are quite similar. As you can see, we have 8 and 23, and here we have 8 and 22. And here is an advertisement. If you talk about its dial market, something quite disappointing. You'll either have to activate the membership or purchase each of the paid watch face for 99 cents or sometimes even 1.99 cents. It contains both paid and free watch faces, and you can also watch an ad 5 times to download one watch face for free. It does come with the latest watchOS 26 watch faces, but they are paid, as you can see. I wish I could show you more of these watch faces, but as you can see that it's really slow to load. My Wi-Fi is working completely fine. And adding one more thing to its good points, if you go to the Me section, it can connect with both Apple Health as well as Strava. When you receive a new notification, both of them wake up the display. But the GT Ultra 4 Pro shows a banner prompt, while the H26 Ultra Plus shows a full screen prompt. Unfortunately, both of them do support a little scrolling, but they do not support emojis, while the content shown is almost similar. Both of these smartwatches also come with the network sharing option, by which you can install some smart applications. If you go to the list view and scroll all the way down, as of now, the GT Ultra 4 Pro can only install WhatsApp, Map and Translate application, while in the H26 Ultra Plus you can install a lot of games. We also get the Map option in it now. But one thing that I would like to appreciate about the GT Ultra 4 Pro is that the translate option does work in it, and the map option also works really well in it. On the other hand, talking about the H26 Ultra Plus, the games obviously work fine. The map option works sometimes, and sometimes it is a little slow, but the DeepSeek application doesn't work at all. And its WhatsApp application is only for showing the WhatsApp notifications separately. While in the GT Ultra 4 Pro, if you go to the WhatsApp option, then it can show the WhatsApp messages here, and you can also reply to them using voice command. Both smartwatches also come with the local storage option. The GT Ultra 4 Pro comes with the real 4GB of local storage. You can also connect it with a PC using the 4-pin charger, and transferring the files is really easy. On the other hand, the H26 Ultra Plus comes with a really low storage capacity. They have advertised it to be 1GB, but I have been testing it for the past few days and it has really disappointed me. I'm soon gonna be making a video about it, so make sure you have the notifications turned on for that. And another thing, that it cannot connect with a PC and you'll have to transfer the data using Bluetooth from your smartphone. And transferring the data is a death slow process that I really don't like. So with the help of the local storage, you can add local music in them. and you can also connect them with the wireless earphones and listen to the song stored on the smartwatch on them. After that, you can store pictures in both of them. Then we have the voice recorder option. Then in the H26 you can add ebooks or TXT files, and in the DT Ultra 4 Pro you can add video files. Do remember that it only supports AVI file format. Since there are already a lot of things to compare in these comparison videos, so it's really hard to fit the oximeter and the pedometer test in this video. So if you're interested in detailed testing of pedometer and the oximeter sensors as well as the sleep tracker, I would recommend you to watch the full reviews linked in the description box below. And now it's time to compare the utility applications. First of all, we have the timer here, and let's set it for 1 second on both of them. So the H26 Ultra Plus continues to vibrate, and if we talk about the DT Ultra 4 Pro, it also continues to vibrate until you stop both of them. It's good, but I would have preferred the ring option. And then we have the stopwatch. Let's turn on the stopwatch on both of them. So on both of them there are 3 interfaces and you can add a lot of laps. And if we talk about adding laps, then on both of them you can add a maximum of 30 laps. And let's go back on both of them. Great thing about both of them is that both of them can run the stopwatch in the background. Here we have the alarm option, and on both of them you cannot use custom ringtones for alarms and you are stuck with the default ringtone. Let me turn on the alarm. So I've turned on the alarm on both of them. Let's wait for it to ring. Here's how the alarm is shown on both of them. Both of them have the same ringtone. In the end, talking about the battery life, the H26 Ultra Plus is advertised to come with a battery capacity of 450 mAh, and the DT Ultra 4 Pro comes with a 400 mAh of battery capacity. I have been working on this video for about 41 minutes now, in which the H26 Ultra Plus lost 8% of the battery and the DT Ultra 4 Pro lost 4% of the battery. This is quite surprising because I also tested the always on display on both of them, and the timing was better on the H26 Ultra Plus. In about 40 hours, the H26 Ultra Plus lost about 29% of the battery and the DT Ultra 4 Pro lost 46% of the battery, meaning it can give you around 4 days of battery life, while the H26 Ultra Plus can give you around 5 to 6 of battery life with the always on display turned on, network sharing, Bluetooth calling, the watch app connection, everything turned off, including the raise to wake gesture. So to say which one is better in the battery life, it comes down to your usage. If you're going to use the always on display, then the H26 Ultra Plus looks better, while overall the DT Ultra 4 Pro is more trustworthy. So guys, that's all from today's video. Which one would you choose? In my opinion, if you want the Apple Watch aesthetics, then the H26 Ultra Plus seems like a better option, but overall the DT Ultra 4 Pro has more trustworthy battery life. It comes with real 4GB of storage capacity. You can add a lot of songs, a lot of pictures as well as video files in it. The smart applications also work really well in it. The watch application can sync with Apple Health and Strava. Both of these smartwatches can fit the Apple Watch cases as well as straps. If you want to choose either of them, you can find the purchase links in the description box below, and I would really appreciate if you can use them while purchasing. For the upcoming videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I will see you in the next one.